Andrew is making mystery snacks.
As long as there isn't candy corn, I'm fine.
It's a conspiracy!
Okay, Halloween Spooktacular.
All right, yeah. So welcome to the Halloween Spooktacular. Ooh. This is the podcast where we lay out the beliefs behind... I'm going to try this again. Okay. Take another sip for courage. Oh, okay, wait a second. Sorry. That totally got... So welcome to the Halloween Spooktacular. Ooh. This is the It's a Conspiracy Halloween Spooktacular episode, the podcast where we lay out the beliefs behind selected conspiracy theories, alternative accounts, legends, myths, and more. I'm your host, Andrew, and I'm by no means an expert on any subject we're going to discuss, but rather simply interested in knowing what the story is behind these things. Everything presented here was gathered online and is probably fundamentally flawed. Joining me again today are my good friends Charlie and Greg.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, terrifying. And these two, quote, gentlemen, quote, will be presented with a few selected Halloween facts, I guess we can call it, and they can interject as they see fit. All right, now, I guess we'll just stick with the old formula here. Charlie, are you familiar with All Souls Day?
No.
Are you familiar with All Saints Day?
Yes.
I'm not talking about the sequel to...
I was going to say Boondock Saints too, right?
Such a good movie.
Yeah. And are you familiar with...
Wait, does it count if I'm familiar with it because it was the name of the movie?
Are you familiar with the Irish story of Mr. Jack O'Lantern?
No.
Okay. And are you familiar with 9 fun facts about candy corn?
I don't know anything about candy corn.
Okay. Do you like candy corn? Yeah. Greg, do you like candy corn?
No.
More of a salty guy.
Salty guy.
Yeah.
I heard you're not allowed to have a lot of salt these days.
Nope, I got to cut back on that because I was too much of a salty guy.
Yeah.
It's too much attitude.
Too much. Too salty.
This is so salty.
All right. Well, okay. So we're going to talk about All Souls Day.
All souls!
In Christianity, All Souls Day commemorates all souls, the holy souls, or the faithful departed. That is, the souls of Christians who have died. Observing Christians typically remember deceased relatives on the day. Western Christianity, the annual celebration is now held on the 2nd of November and is associated with the 3 days of All Hallowtide, including All Saints Day, which is the 1st of November, and its vigil, Halloween, 31st of October. In the Catholic Church, the faithful refers specifically to baptized Catholics. Are either of you two baptized?
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, well, okay. Holy, I thought you'd both be like, no, but dad, have a thing about that.
How about you?
No, I'm not. I didn't realize, I know. I feel like I'm a heathen on sacred land here. Well, then you guys are familiar with this, with the penitent of souls in purgatory, whereas All Saints commemorates the church triumphant of saints in heaven, the liturgical books of the Western Catholic Church, and it is called the Commemoration of All the Faithful Departed, and is celebrated annually on the 2nd of November. I did not know that like right after Halloween, there's this big religious thing. I had no idea. Yeah. I know.
I think it was just like a Catholic way of being like, screw you, pagans.
Yeah, because we're going to get to that.
Taking all your stuff.
Yeah,
We're
you
taking
can eat
your stuff.
candy, but you got to go to church on Sunday.
We're going to co-opt
Yeah.
your business.
Like you think they took another like a pagan day and they were like, we're going to move our dead day to there so that we can all have dead day together, right?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Because the Japanese, they have, I think it's called obon, and it's the same kind of thing. Ghosts come back and run around for a couple days, and and you can dress up as ghosts and welcome them in.
Which reminds me, I want to, before we get too into it, how come you guys didn't dress up in Halloween costumes?
I am dressed up in a Halloween costume, Charlie.
What are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as one cool son of a bitch.
One day a year.
Oh yeah. Last Halloween, I was playing a gig, and this guy's like, "I'm dressed up as a washed out alcoholic." I'm like, "Oh, that's kind of sad." Okay, so on All Souls Day, the Catholics pray for the dead in the Church of England. It's called the Commemoration of the Faithful Departed, And it's an optional celebration. Anglicans view All Souls Day as an extension of the observance of All Saints Day, and it serves to remember those who have died in connection with the ideological doctrines of the resurrection of the body, the communion of saints, in the Eastern Orthodox Church and the associated Eastern Reformation.
Oh man, you're really just getting through it there.
Yeah. Just turning through. Okay, so All Saints Day.
All Saints.
Oh, I know that. Okay, so that is the day that celebrates the girl band All Saints from the 90s.
They were fantastic. What was their big hit?
I don't remember.
If only there was a way to look it up. There we go. Fire up the Googles here. You just actually, I'll tell you what. You just break into song, and I'll try to guess what the name of the song was when you find it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Never ever felt so low. When you go there, we got to home. Never ever have a All Saints Day, also known as All Hallows Day, Hallowmas. So like Christmas, yeah. Or I tried to get, there's a couple of people that tried to go on, but I thought Birthmas should have been a thing when it was your birthday. Be like, hey,
Happy Birthmas.
Happy Birthmas, Merry Birthmas. Joyful Birthmas, and Feast of All Saints and Solemnity of All Saints is a Christian festival celebrated in honor of all the saints, known and unknown. In Western Christianity, is celebrated in November, the 1st of November, by the Roman Catholic Church, the Anglican Communion, the Methodist Church, the Lutheran Church, the other Protestant churches, the Eastern Orthodox Church, associated Eastern Catholic churches, celebrated on the 1st of the Pentecost, Oriental Orthodox churches of Chaldea, and associated Eastern Catholic churches celebrate All Saints Day on the first Friday after Easter. Church. Christian celebration of All Saints Day and All Souls Day stems from a belief that there is a powerful spiritual bond between those in heaven, the church triumphant, and the living, the church militant. In Catholic theology, the day commemorates all those who have attained the beatific vision. Beatific? I don't know. Do you guys? Beatific? I'm not sure how the... It is it is a national holiday in many historically Catholic countries. In Methodist theology, All Saints Day revolves around giving God solemn thanks for the lives and deaths of his saints, including those who are famous or obscure. As such individuals through the Church Universal are honored, such as Paul the Apostle, Augustine of Hippo, and John Wesley. One of those names really sticks out. Paul the Apostle, Augustine of Hippo, John Wesley.
Is that a Bob Dylan album?
There's Wesley Harding. Yeah. And in addition to individuals who have personally led one to faith, such as one's grandmother or friend. Oh, that's nice. One's grandma. Okay, so in the British Isles, it is known that the churches were already celebrating All Saints Day on the 1st of November at the beginning of the 8th century to coincide with or replace the Celtic festival of... Samhain, yeah. So James Fraser suggests that the 1st of November was chosen because it was the date of the Celtic festival of the dead. Samhain. Is that how you're saying it? Samhain? That sounds like someone with kind of like an accent, be like, Samhain? Hey? Samhain? Like, see you later, man. Samhain. However, Ronald Hutton points out that according to the Angus of Talat, the 7th, 8th century church in Ireland celebrated All Saints Day on the 20th of April. He suggests that the 1st of November date was Germanic rather than a Celtic idea. Oh, that's fun. Okay, so in Ireland, here's the story of Jack O'Lantern.
Jack O'Lantern.
According to legend, the origin of the Halloween lantern can be found in the tale of a young blacksmith named Jack O'Lantern. He made a pact with the devil during a gambling session, as one does. He managed to thwart the devil and extracted a promise from him that he would never take his soul. When he eventually died, Jack was refused entry to heaven on account of his drunken, lewd, and miserly ways.
Oh, and all the gambling, too.
And all the gambling, yeah. Just like little Kenny Rogers there. Drunken, lewd, and miserly, gambling away. The devil, remembering his earlier promise, also refused to allow him into hell. So Jack O'Lantern was condemned to roam the dark hills and lanes of Ireland for eternity.
So Ireland is basically purgatory?
I guess so, yeah. And there's just Jack wandering around there at night. His only possessions were a turnip with a gouged out center and a burning coal thrown to him by the devil. He put the coal inside the turnip to light its way through the dark countryside where he still wanders. I wonder how long they were carving out turnips before Someone was like, let's use a pumpkin.
Yeah, actually, I just saw a post about that the other day.
Likewise.
Maybe even today, that showed, it was like, oh, I thought that was kind of a cute idea. And then I saw the pictures of it, and it looks terrifying.
Terrifying. It's so much work.
Yeah.
Like to carve out, you have to actually hollow out a turnip.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pumpkins aren't native to Ireland, but I'm sure when they found them, they were like,
Would it be like-
finally, Halloween is saved.
Oh, man.
Wow, that is terrifying.
Oh,
It's a mummy.
Pretty sweet, actually.
I think we should bring that back this year.
We'll stick these in the episode description. They're terrifying. They look like those blind fish, like really deep in the ocean, that are like gonna swim into your dreams. And
The blobfish.
yeah, that's terrible. You know, it was weird. When I worked in Japan for a couple years, and we did this. Like, oh, we're gonna do a cultural thing. So I had the kids carve up pumpkins, and then they scooped them out, they carved them up, they drew faces on them, and it was funny. We lit them up, turned the lights out, and everybody's like, oh, it's so scary, it looks just like the movies. And then the kids took their pumpkins home and ate them, and I was like,
I love it.
yeah, because they eat a lot of pumpkin there, and I'm like, that makes perfect sense. We're so wasteful, but there was just something so weird about like.
I
ate
don't
my
waste
pumpkin.
them. I wait till it gets moldy and then I smash it.
Yeah, that's usually the.
I use all the parts of the pumpkin
Or
for
it gets,
smashing.
it gets frozen and it just becomes this like curling rock out on the streets. Yeah. And you know some kids spent hours getting that thing ready. Some things refuse to die. Candy corn is one of those things. You guys both said you don't like candy corn, but I have a feeling maybe just haven't had candy corn in the right context.
Okay.
Here. Yeah. So yeah, actually I'll tell you what.
Well, you got 9 chances to change my mind.
I got a couple.
Number 5 will surprise you.
Give me one sec here. All right.
Can I look? Oh, you're
Yeah, you can,
you've hit it.
yeah. No spoilers.
I haven't seen anything.
That's hard to keep a secret around these guys, around these sleuths. Okay, so like I walked out the door into the hall, and I'm like,
You gotta get on that treadmill.
I think so, man. There you go, guys, friends.
These
A little couple of candy corns right from my hand.
sweaty,
And
sweaty
I
candy
had them in my-
corns.
I had them in my pocket. Yeah, they're nice and warm.
Sounds moist.
Rock
Yeah,
hard.
I know they're not. Yeah, they're kind of hard
Put
on
them in
the.
the microwave? Are we supposed to
Yeah.
eat these?
Go ahead and have those.
Average crunch?
Yeah, not a lot of. I don't know. Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to give an opinion on these, but
But here it comes.
here it comes. All right, here's 9 fun facts about candy corn.
9 fun facts about candy corn.
Every year, in the dark, dank corner of the most ruckus Halloween party, waiting for some jackass to stick their hand in, there's a bowl of these like little bland, flavorless pieces of dread.
It's like a mountain.
It looks like a little mountain with a little snow, a little orange mountain with a golden sheet of peace at the bottom.
Could be like a little mini popsicle.
It totally looks like a little mini popsicle, like the little
Like a rocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
a
those ones
discolored
those
rocket.
The bad rocket.
that your like cousin had the job riding around that little unicycle thing in the summer selling ice cream. Yeah. Okay, so here's 9 things you guys probably didn't know about candy corn. Because you're both.
These have been in your pocket all day long. Yeah.
The recipe, number 1, the recipe has not changed in over 100 years. Dating back to late 1800s, candy corn is basically the same now as it was during the days of cowboys and penny candy. It makes us wonder if the stuff we're eating today is still the first batch that the creator tried to perfect on his deathbed.
You made too much.
Yeah, just made too much. Yeah, and they're like, just keep making it, just keep selling it. We'll get rid of it one day. Its true inventor, by the way, is still a mystery. Every year, millions of disappointed trick-or-treaters would like to know the jerk who created candy corn so they can scorn his family name for sticking them with uneaten bags of this shit every Halloween.
It's not.
Yeah, there's
it's
no
not the worst thing I've ever eaten, though. Like,
What's the worst thing
it's
you've ever
not
eaten,
great.
Charlie?
It's not great. It's not my favorite by any stretch, but it,
It's, yeah.
I still wouldn't want to take credit for inventing this.
Well, if you don't want to take credit, then you can square
Well,
point
saying
blame
it
it
was
at
me,
Gustav Gerlitz and his brother for coming up with the idea to sell the stuff in bulk. But if you were like, I don't want to take credit for this, and someone was like, well, you better put a fake name on the box, you'd probably be like, oh,
Gustav.
Gustav Gerlitz. Yeah.
Those Gurlitzes.
Yeah. The original name was Chicken Feed. Yum.
I feel like I've heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
It might be everywhere during October. Only a handful of companies actually manufacture and distribute candy corn today. Back in the day, there was no patent for the product since the recipe had such a long oral tradition. In fact, it was many years before it even had an official name. So it had a lot of nicknames like Chicken Feed and the unappetizing moniker that the Gurlitz bastards marketed under when it initially hit the market.
Did you just read that straight from the page?
No, I might have.
Are they legitimately bastards? Is that a fact?
The Gurlitz illegitimate children.
Spiced it up a little bit.
It's responsible. Oh, this is pretty bad. Okay,
What number is this? This
is number 4.
Number 4.
It's responsible for the greatest candy-related fire in history. Candy corn might sound like a sweet and innocent thing that couldn't harm a fly, but it's actually caused one of the more destructive industrial fires in business histories. Back in 1950, Gurlitz's New Jersey factory was making a big batch of this shit in a kettle lined with beeswax. When the kettle caught fire just before the big Halloween rush, the fire destroyed the block-long building and 2,000 pounds of candy corn stock, giving competitors a window of opportunity to supply stores with extra bags of the stuff. As if there was such a demand. They're like, oh, the candy corn factory burned down, and all the competitors around town are like, finally, this is our chance. Let's flood the market.
Also giving us the famous saying, mind your beeswax.
Mind your beeswax, yeah. Mind your peas and corn. Yeah, and leave that scab alone. It'll never heal up. Oh, true. Okay, so billions of kernels are sold annually. I almost said anally. Okay, Halloween may only come once a year, but the stuff sells year-round, keeping dentists in business. Depending on who you ask, confectionaries like Brock's sell anywhere between 9 billion and 15 billion kernels of corn annually. Wow, that's a lot of corn. Who is eating this stuff? Okay, number 6. Oh, here's the nothing makes candy fun like finding out it's healthy. Number 6, it's one of the healthier candies, even though it's given out every year to trick-or-treaters and party-goers who are looking for merrymaking. They can save the points on their calorie counters. What? Okay.
Calorie counters.
Your calorie counters, your points and your calorie
points
counters.
on, Weight Watchers points or whatever.
Okay. So it's per handful. I love that, per handful, because people are just, this is only 140 calories per handful. I'm going to have 10 handfuls.
Yeah, but nowadays it's like, if you look at the box and it's like, you have so much sodium, 1,000 grams of sodium.
Oh, dude, so much.
4 crackers.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, well, shit, I'm going to die.
Those are good crackers, though.
Good salty crackers. The day before Halloween is All Saints Day or whichever one it was. And it's National Candy Corn Day. You don't have to wait until October 31st to get rid of your annual stock of waxy candor horror. There's another annual holiday in October that will allow you to unload your stockpile before the trick-or-treaters start roaming your neighborhood and demanding this stuff. A day that mysteriously started appearing on calendars after it became a Halloween staple. Do we detect a candy corn conspiracy? Mm-hmm. Number 8. This is something we all know. It's one of the most hated Halloween candies. The biggest mystery surrounding candy corn is how it became such a popular staple of Halloween treats when nobody seems to like eating this shit. It just the rambling musings of an angry fat guy with discerning tastes of high fructose-based confectionaries.
Hey, man, don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah, oh, I know. Just angry fat guy. By far, candy corn was the most polarized brand and generated the most negative feelings. Clearly, it's the Charlie Sheen of candies. Wow. Woo! Oh.
That's low.
When was this article written?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't.
How topical is that?
9. And we might get into this here. Candy corn cocktails are a real thing. Maybe you're the kind of Halloween party goer who only goes up dressed in a rented cowboy outfit or a homemade SpongeBob costume for the free drinks. That doesn't mean your taste buds are exempt from torture. Someone out there, presumably very evil, who feels scorned by the world, created a candy corn cordial that can either be made with vodka or orange liqueur. Add floating candy corn for garnish if you're feeling adventurous.
Making a demo.
Yeah, I know. That sounds good. I know. Just throw a couple.
Now, the first thing I thought
candy corns in your
when you
beers.
were talking about a drink is making like a martini and then just substituting the olives for candy corn.
A corntini.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Give me a corntini. Shaken, not stirred.
Extra dirty.
Yeah.
Extra corny.
And they look like someone with really bad teeth. Like it looks like their teeth just fell out of their head while they were laughing.
Oh, it's like a
Oh, there goes. All right, so it's snack time, fellas. So I have a little snack for you guys here. I don't know if I don't think I'm going to partake myself, but I'll let you guys go.
Part of the ship, part of the crew, part of the ship.
So what I'll need you to do here is just kind of explain what we've got here. I've got a plate with a paper towel over top of it.
Yep.
And
bounty.
Yeah, it looks like there's some sweet bounty in here.
It's extra plied.
And I'm going to let you guys. I'll pull the paper towel off and just go ahead and describe. Walk us through the culinary experience here.
Let's see, what do we got here?
Okay, there we go.
We have. It looks like a sandwich.
those are two sandwiches.
I would say it looks like whole wheat bread.
Yeah,
that's rye bread for sure. Go ahead.
I
Go ahead,
definitely see a corn sticking out.
Is
Yeah,
that-
no,
is that
have at
mustard?
it. There's mustard, and a little bit of mayo. So you got a sandwich.
Can I inspect it before
It
eating?
takes the one where there's nothing.
Yeah, no, I didn't put any. There's nothing poisonous or foul in there. I don't know if you guys are both crust people, crustaceans.
Honey mustard?
That's where all the.
That's some honey mustard, some lightly toasted honey mustard.
I like that.
Yeah, mustard, mayonnaise, and candy corn sandwich, an old childhood classic.
This is the
All right,
thing,
I'm
huh?
getting right into it.
Yeah.
Well, that's something different. Well, something you don't have every day.
A cornwich. I don't know what the nomenclature is
Now,
here.
did you make this up?
I did no. I thought I didn't want to just give you guys some candy corn. I thought we'll try a couple different vehicles, to get it in there, right? I was thinking about getting some beers with candy corn in it, and I was like, I don't want to ruin these nice beers.
All of a sudden, the Great Depression doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, this could have been worse.
Right?
I had jam on the back of a playing card.
Yeah, I'm not finishing that.
Okay, no, that's fine. That's all right.
No, I don't. I think I get the idea.
The honey mustard was definitely a nice addition.
Oh, that's good. Okay, well, I'm glad. I'm a honey mustard guy. I guess we're gonna have a little Abbey Lane to wash this down.
Oh, please.
Greg, do you want to walk us through what we got here for some tasty beverages?
Yeah, so it is an ale brewed in Egerton, Alberta, which is about an hour away from Viking, Alberta.
Ooh.
It's Egerton or is it Edgerton? I don't know it.
The guy that sold it to me said Egerton.
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 Yeah, and he was a ginger, so I think he was just using his pube power.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wrong episode.
He said Edgerton. He pronounced the D.
He said Edgerton. Yeah.
Edgerton. Wow.
Edgerton?
That looks like Edgerton, but if the local guy says Edgerton,
I don't know.
yeah.
Either way, it's 3.6% alcohol. It's a light ale, and I guess I could just read what they have on the back here.
Get into it.
Inspired by the English countryside and brewed in the heart of Canadian prairies, Abbey Lane English Mild carries the full-bodied flavor of dark, toasty, roasted nuttiness solidly in its malt-forward backbone. That is such a great description.
Nuttiness.
Oh, that's my favorite thing about it is it's killing the candy corn taste.
Yeah, right?
The candy corn sandwich taste.
Yep.
Yeah.
The only time I wish for more hops is this situation right here.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, well, I have round 2 ready here for the little snack time here. Okay, yeah, so I'll just put these
A buffet.
Yeah, little buffet.
Those sandwiches right there.
Buffet.
Okay. Okay, so round 2 here. I'll just put this plate in the middle and let you guys here we go. It's all about presentation, and it's not completely complete here. There's one more step to this, but I'll just go ahead and let you guys describe
plated
what you're
these
gonna see here.
amazingly.
Oh, thank you very much. Okay, so here we go. Voila, bon appetit.
Is there a garnish for this? Someone take a photo, yeah, please. Oh my god.
Jesus, why did you make so many?
Because I thought you guys were hungry. It's snack time.
You're having one of these.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna have one. Yeah.
You're having one of
Having
these.
3.
All right. Well, so what have we got here, guys? You'll have to walk me through this here.
This looks like a Triscuit cracker.
No, that's not a Triscuit.
not
That's
Triscuit?
some sort of vegetable thin.
It's a vegetable
It's a
thing.
veggie
Yeah.
thin.
Yeah.
So you're
And
just trying to be healthy.
yeah, and definitely Cheese Whiz.
Yep.
And then a candy corn sticking out like a crazy red rocket.
Yep.
Just right up the top.
Man, it's like some sort of candy corn volcano island.
Canapé of hell.
Yeah. Well, let's. Okay.
Anyway,
Here,
we're
let's,
saying there's more to this.
oh no. So we'll go ahead and try this, and then we'll.
And then there's an evolution.
There's the next step.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Here, and I got this one here.
It's dangerously.
I found this
cheesy.
one on the floor in the hallway on the way over here.
Cheers.
Oh, cheers! Cheers! Boopy, boop, boop. Oh.
All right.
That is disgusting. The cheese whiz and the texture of the candy corn, they don't.
I'm kind of into it.
Yeah, it's a funny. I think in another. Yeah.
It's like a really bad Dorito.
All right, now.
I changed my mind. I do not like candy corn.
Okay, now.
If I had one candy corn, I was like, okay, candy corn's all right. What you guys are down on
corn's
candy
great.
corn?
Now that we've had,
But you put it in a sandwich, and then you put it on a cracker. No,
Yeah.
this is not my favorite.
What I have here are
this is Haze Week.
Twin Butte Community Store in Twin Butte, Alberta. They have their own hot sauces, which are absolutely fantastic. My personal favorite, and I don't have much of this left here, is the dill pickle hot sauce.
Next time you're out there, you got to pick me up one of
Oh,
those.
it's so good. Yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Phil and Jenny have just got this really special thing going on there, and they make really good hot sauce. And then this is just their kind of like generic one that they use in a lot of their breakfasts and stuff like that. The dill pickle is delicious. Zammo and this hot sauce, it's good. Yeah, it's all right.
This hot sauce,
It's all right.
It's good. They're both hot, but yeah, okay. So I'm gonna give the well, we might as well try. I'll tell you what. Why don't we try the dill pickle and then we'll try the regular hot sauce.
We have to eat 2 more of these
We gotta have
crackers.
2 more of these crackers. Yeah,
Damn, this smells really
it's
good.
amazing.
Later, I'd like to try that dill hot sauce on something else.
It's amazing.
It's
You
not
could,
offensive.
Honestly, you could put it on your toothbrush, brush your teeth.
Okay, let's do
and
it.
have a great time.
Take a video.
All
All right, now don't bogart all those candy corn.
You're saucing up that one. I'll sauce up one of these.
Okay, here we go. Oh, thank you.
Whoa!
Wow.
Thank God it wasn't the dill pickle.
That one came out so slow and chunky that
It
I
did.
thought this
It
one was
did.
gonna.
Came out slow and chunky.
It came
Yeah.
out super soft. If anybody wants to just dip in the.
I think that's a good plan.
Yeah, no, that and the red stuff is good. The red sauce is tasty,
Don't want to waste it.
but you don't want to cross contaminate those either.
Pickle smells amazing.
Oh God, they're just about to touch. Okay, these look like a toenail coming out of like.
Oh, wait, we're doing green
some kind of horrible, like pussy infection. Like, yeah.
All right, dill pickle hot sauce.
Why would
Okay,
you
here,
say
cheers.
that?
Cheers.
Why would you describe it
Yeah.
like that?
It's Halloween. It's snack time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh god.
Okay, here we go. Oh man, oh, that's so bad.
It hurts my feelings.
Yeah, no, it does. It's so gross.
I'm sorry, the texture of this is really cool, but the flavor is just
The flavor's
just
right. It's right up
horrible.
Yeah, it's funny. Candy corn is kind of flavorless, and then you put it in any other context, and suddenly it comes to life and dominates everything.
I don't even know how you got any of your Michelin stars.
And watch this become the next thing. We're out at some fancy restaurant, and it's like,
I'm burning that place.
oh man.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
You know what, I'm
This is
gonna
number
jump into
2.
the hot one.
Take the super soaked one.
Oh wow,
Just to like
Greg is
get
taking
rid of
one for
that-
the team.
Get rid of that flavor.
Scoop
it up.
Look at that.
Scoop it up.
Like honestly, it looks like someone like went through a windshield like a month ago, and the body's slowly been pushing out this like really rough piece of glass with like a little bit of the seat belt on it or
Jesus.
something.
That sauce
This
is
has
really
gone
nice.
terribly wrong.
Can't believe
Okay,
I'm
here we go.
ruin it.
Cheers! Yay! Cheers!
Again.
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, you have to have another one then if you're not cheering.
Couldn't wait for you guys.
I hate this one too.
Oh, actually, the red sauce is it's so good. So that
Get some of that paper.
yo, here you go. Yeah. Oh no!
God.
All right, well, It's a Conspiracy is on iTunes, Android app, Buzzsprout, Podbeam, Stitcher, YouTube, Tumblr, Overcast, Podcast, Radio Public, iHeartRadio, Google Play, SoundCloud, and maybe Spotify by the time this comes out.
Get it together, Spotify.
Yeah, we have some sweet merchandise on TeePublic and oldmandesign.com.
Oh yeah.
And and
It is definitely up by the time this one comes out.
Sweet. Are you going to finish those sandwiches, Charlie? 'Cause
No, I'm taking a picture of
they're
them.
not going to eat themselves. Yeah, thank you so much for stopping by. Oh, a little bit of stomach acid bubbling up here. And yeah, thanks so much for stopping by and taking
By the way, it's on now.
Oh, God.
I guess this is how we're finishing every episode.
I didn't mean for that to be 2 for 2, but yeah. Oh, and happy Halloween. Yay, spooky. Spooky.
Ooh.